He goes over Athanasius. He gives you primary source, Athanasius de Sententia Dionysi, um, where he's addressing a controversy where Athanasius himself is being judged, and then his case is being brought before Rome. So Athanasius writes to Rome and, submits his defense. But he says something curious here. He says this: when Dionysius the bishop had heard, and here he's talking about Dionysius of Alexandria, the bishop had heard of the affairs in the Pentapolis, and in zeal for religion had, as I said, written the letter to Euphranor and Ammonius. Boy, we don't have names like that anymore. Against the heresy of Sabellius, some of the brethren in the church of Orthodox views went up to Rome, but without asking him, so as to learn from himself what he actually had actually written. And they spoke against him in the presence of his namesake, Dionysius, bishop of Rome. Yes, there are two Dionysius is being addressed here, one in Alexandria, one in Rome. The latter, on hearing it, wrote both against the Sabellians and against those who held views for which Arius was ejected from the church. So he's saying that Rome not only condemned Sabellius, Rome also condemned, though it wasn't Arianism at the time, because this was around the year 260, so well before Nicaea 325, well before Arius. He was condemning Arianism before Arianism. He was condemning this view. Rome had already condemned Arianism before Arianism. He called it an equal and opposite impiety to Sabellius, and that's true. In fact, if I recall correctly, I think that Athanasius tried to refute Sabellius and not Athanasius, Arius, in attempting to refute Sabellianism, put forth Arianism. So it's like to address and react against one error, he goes and presents another error. He called it an equal and opposite impiety to follow Sabellius, or those who say that the word of God is a creature and was made and had a beginning. He also wrote to Dionysius to explain how he was accused by them, and he at once replied and inscribed the books a refutation and defense. Notice here the foul gang of anti-Christians and how they have brought on their own disgrace. Here's the money quote, and then Giles puts it in. It's Alex. For since Dionysius, bishop of Rome, wrote against those who said that the Son of God was a creature and made, it is clear that, not now for the first time, but years ago, the heresy of the Arian anti-Christians has been anathematized by all. By all. By all. And since Dionysius, the bishop of Alexandria, made his defense about the letter he had written, it shows that he neither thought, as they allege, nor even held the infamy of Arius. What's going on here? Athanasius is saying, well before Arianism was condemned by Nicaea, Arianism was condemned by Rome. And Rome's judgment and Rome's anathema against the idea that Jesus is a creature is a decision for all, for the universal church. Athanasius sees Rome and its judgments as definitive for the whole church, which again confirms what we were saying there with Julius.